Hi everyone! Welcome back to our channel. Today is Alex and not Seth but Sophia!
Hello! Hi, I'm Sophia. Some of you may know me as Tiap Tiap with Soph. So Tiap Tiap is actually a colloquial reference which means nibble here and a nibble there. Well, it really started during my global marketing times when I have a lot of visitors that come to Singapore, and Singapore is a food haven, and I'll tell them, look, you need to try everything. So tiap here, tiap there, and that's how it all came about. My real culinary journey started when I was 18 in the university. Because then, away from home, I had no choice. I really had to survive. So with a group of, say, 8 flatmates, I was the one who could cook. Or at least, I think I could cook. So what I did was I gathered the housemates and I said, who else here can cook? Nobody could. So I said, shall I do that for everybody? So I did that for 6 nights a week. And they took over and did all the housework. It's always a win-win situation. When COVID hit, that was the time where I was at home. Now what should I do with all that time on my hands? That's when I started my home-based business, Tiap Tiap with Soph, and I've rebranded it to a separate group called Treats with Tiap Tiap with Soph. And I've done my signature pandan cakes, my pies, and my chilled muati, the only one in Singapore. But that's it. Wasn't enough to sort of push me a little bit more, and I participated in MasterChef Singapore Season 2. I'm glad to be in the top 24 out of many selections in Singapore. And the recent win is the champion of Lee Kam Kee Supreme Chef Season 2. Most recently, I've just done an executive series for Board of Directors for Temasek Holdings. We cooked 7 different series last whole month. And now, here we are. You have voted Hakka Yong Tau Fu, a heritage dish from Mom.
No worries! Seth is on leave today, but I think Sophia is also lots of fun. So today we're going to make a very fun video. I think a few days back, we asked our fans to vote, correct? And then asked everyone, say, what dish they want to see Sophia cooking. And they have all voted for Yong Tau Fu! Just now we were just talking, we were wondering, hey, Yong Tau Fu, is it too easy for Sophia? You know, we were saying, so easy, correct? It's like everyday dish. You go to hawker center, most of it, people will just see it everywhere. So why do you think the fans voted for Yong Tau Fu?
I think it's because it's a heritage dish. There is always what I call a good to a great. And this is a heritage dish from my mom. It's a kind of common dish, but it's comfort food. People want to enjoy comfort food. So I think probably that's was
the main
why.
reason, correct?
Yeah. So if you have eaten quite a lot out there, they do not add shrimps. Or even if they do, very little. And they may not even add saltfish. Mui Hyong Ham Yu, which is this Mui Hyong brand of it's actually a more expensive fish, and obviously they cured it. It's also expensive, and the preparation is you need to fry it first before you put it all together. So a lot of places do not have these elements. Most of the time it's minced meat and fish meat.
That's a common type of ingredients,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
So the ingredients will make the difference, correct?
I would say so, yes. And obviously fresh ingredients at the point that you make.
So what type of Yong Tau Fu are you going for? Fried, or you going to do a soup base, or where are we coming from?
So for me, I always like them, I prepare them and then I would deep fry them. And then I like to do a little bit of a sauce and then we eat it. But of course, the family actually prefers just fry and eat on the spot.
Yeah, so do I actually.
Alright, so we shall have it that way then, right? Hakka Yong Tau Fu is actually quite a colourful dish. I think looking at this, you can already tell. We've got green, bitter gourd, we have got brinjal, red chili, green chili, tau pua as well. Of course, you can have other things like tauki and all that, but I just thought we'll just go with some simple for today's session. But you can apply that throughout, right? Now, I mentioned earlier, fresh shrimps is important. So I have big sea prawns here, fish meat and minced meat. Because Hakka Yong Tau Fu has hum bite, not just the fish paste. And most of the other stores would just have fish paste, but a little bit of a dip really gives it a little bit of the complexity taste. Why I had some quail egg is because I love quail eggs.
Just now we spoke of Sophia loves good challenges, correct? So other than these ingredients we presented, we decided to give you some extra. Sophia, can you take the challenge?
Sure!
Okay, as we mentioned earlier, we want to give Sophia some extra ingredients to make the challenge a little bit Okay, so Sophia, let's unveil what we have brought for you.
Ooh, French beans.
French beans
And tomatoes.
tomatoes.
Oh, this is a different sweet to it.
Cool. So the challenge is either you want to add on to this Yong Tau Fu or do you want to create a new dish with it? We leave it to you. But
Okay.
So make it a bit more fun for everyone. Cool?
Sure,
Okay.
why not?
So what are we going to start preparing first, Sophia?
Alright, so what I like to do first is I like to mince the prawns a little bit.
Cool.
Okay. Now most of us, we like to have some bite. Now before this, I've actually deshelled the prawns.
Okay.
I've taken off the vein.
Okay.
So I think just mentally feels better. So what I do is I just like to sort of chop them up. Not even to mince, I would say, just chop them up. Okay.
So when you say give some bite, it means we want it to be a larger piece.
Yeah, so basically you can see it as you go, then whole thing mincing it. Maybe because most people are visual.
Okay.
If they see that you've got this in there, so somehow tastes better. Anyway, from a bite perspective, it's much better.
Yeah.
So we are done with the prawns. So what I like to do is, so if you see the prawns here with fish meat, okay, I would like to do a 1-to-1 portion.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then minced pork.
Okay.
Right. So I like to try with half portion first. So 1/1/2.
Okay.
All right.
So pork is a bit lesser, right?
Yes. Otherwise, it's too heavy. Right. So I would say this is just white pepper.
Okay.
Okay. Now fish meat is salty, so I'm not adding any additional salt or sea salt. Now I like to add a little bit of corn flour.
Okay.
Because what it does is sort of gels it all together a little bit more and a little bit more softer on the texture. Now I also like to use really quality sesame oil or anything that is 100% pure.
Okay.
Because if not, it's mixed with palm oil and it just sort of impacts the taste a little bit. And then I mentioned earlier, saltfish is important because it gives you that complexity in taste. Now I have first fried it. You smell?
Smells good,
You must like it lah.
It really smells good.
Yeah. So it's important to add that in, I feel, because the outcome is very different. You want to mix it?
Just hand mix?
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah.
Wow. You see, we have a lot of seafood ingredients.
好料.
Oh, wow.
I always believe good ingredients, half the battle is won because
That's most essential, correct?
yes. Now we are done with this,
Mixing?
right?
Yeah.
Again, depends on what fillings you have. I didn't prepare mushroom, but you can have mushroom, tauki, whatever you like. So I like to then start off with tau kwa. Everybody typically Yong Tau Fu has tau kwa now, huh? So I like to cut it this way, okay. And I like to cut it a little bit more petite. Of course, you can cut it into 4 if you like, that way. But I always like things a little bit more pretty.
Would it be more difficult to stuff the ingredients in?
Not really. See, so what you do is you trim it off, and this you can later make into meatballs also. If you want to, it means you mash the tau kwa together with the mixture here,
the
and then with
stuffings,
stuffings, and then with the tau kwa in there, you get another dish. Yeah, I'm going to fill it up to show you first. Using your hands are good. Okay, so like this, you see, not so difficult, right?
Quite skilled, huh?
This way. Now, if you like, you can dust a little bit of corn flour because what it does is it makes it stay in a little bit more.
Yeah, it holds it better. My producer wanted me to squeeze the tau kwa.
No, he has full faith that you can handle it as well as me.
Okay.
Maybe better.
Hey, you are the pro.
Still a home chef. Still very much a home chef.
Is it okay or too much?
A little bit too generous.
Oh, so I have to remove some.
Remove some, yeah. So that's why, some people will use a spoon, but I find that wearing a pair of gloves, you put it on, it just quickens the entire process.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Should be alright.
Oh, lovely! Coat with flour.
Just hand us,
yeah. Well done.
Ta-da! Ta-da!
Well done! Okay. Awesome, helper. Okay, so now we can just move on a little bit to the next one. Okay. Now this is a really lovely brinjal. Why? Because there are not too many seeds in here. Okay. So I like to cut them a bit thicker.
Okay.
And then I would like to sort of just slice them up a little bit to fill it. Just like that.
Oh, you fill it in the middle.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my way. Of course, some people may do half, but I just like to do it this way. Or even if it breaks up, it's okay. You know? Oopsie.
It really does, right?
It does, yeah. It's okay because once you fry it, you add some corn flour, it will stick together.
So you can
also.
patch it back again.
That's the wonder. Very different from bakes, okay? Bakes is something you cannot.
Yeah, very hard to
You
patch
try?
back. Yeah.
Alright, so now, of course, if you like red chili, then good lah. For me, I'm not really a chili fan. Now, I remove the seeds because firstly, not so spicy.
Yeah.
Right? And secondly, healthier lah. Because to me, it's in case you get appendix, all these get stuck in the appendix. I seriously have a fear. Yes, issues of appendix is because all these indigestible elements get stuck there, and a lot of times are seeds. Wow, you are a pro.
Thank you so much. Have a good teacher. Do you like bitter gourd?
Depends on how it's cooked. But not so much of a fan.
Oh.
So if given a choice, I wouldn't.
But frying will remove some of the bitterness, is it?
Yes. Deep frying.
Oh.
Okay, I think I didn't mention here. Sometimes putting these into tau pok also really nice.
Yes.
So yeah, I guess in essence, you can put whatever stuff you like to what you like, I would say. The more variety you have, obviously, the more colorful and more inviting your platter is going to be.
Cool.
Yep.
So I presume our challenge ingredient, you create a new dish with it?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
It must be there, Sophia, our challenge ingredient.
Okay, so let me ask you, does it have to be a part of this?
No, you can create a new dish with it.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
So what I like to do then is I probably would like to cook a dish with the green beans and with baby tomatoes. Most of the time we blanch this or we torch this and you can just put with this, I guess, as part of a dish.
Oh, cool.
I think that keeps the natural sweetness.
Yeah. Cool. Good idea.
A good idea, huh?
So now we are going to deal with my extra ingredients first, correct? So what are we going to prepare for the fans?
Okay, so I guess first thing is we've got some other extra ingredients. So this is the long bean. I want to slice long beans. I still have prawns and I have minced meat.
Okay.
But what I like to do is I like to add one more item.
Chai por.
Yeah, but it is a sweet chai por. Thai sweet chai por. Most of the time people are familiar with the salted version.
Yeah.
I like this because it's a very nice balance of sweet with savory.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to marinate this with some sesame oil.
Okay.
Sesame oil has a really lovely fragrance.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to add a little bit of soy sauce. You can use whichever brand, but I always love Japanese soy sauce.
Okay.
Because it's, can you smell the aroma?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just typically like their brew. Oh yes, a bit of corn flour. Corn flour just sort of binds things together and makes the meat a little bit more. It's like a tenderizer too. Okay. Now I'm going to cut these long beans. So the ends typically throw them away. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd like to also add a little bit of sesame oil to this just to remove any of the smell. Now, let's just do it! I don't know about you, but I love natural pork fat.
Oh.
So I prepare it ahead. and to me, it's actually more natural and healthier than vegetable oil, in my opinion, because this is natural. Hot already, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so this smells so good, right?
So good, right?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of sweet radish.
Okay.
I look at the proportion, okay, maybe about 1 tablespoon lah.
Yeah. Oh, so fragrant.
Oh, you can smell it already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic. This has already been chopped. I'd like to fry this first, the minced meat. I'm gonna put in the prawns. Would you like to help me?
Okay.
We'll put it right in.
Both?
In the center, yeah. Okay, so it's sort of browning and cool. I don't want to overcook this first because we still haven't cooked this yet, right? Of course, if just now we didn't have this, you can still cook it something like. Again, my focus here is comfort food. I mean, these are things that you eat together.
Okay.
Yeah. So just wait for a while. Huh? I like to turn off the heat at this point because you don't want it to be overcooked.
Sure.
Now, if I had a little bit of brandy, I would have added it a little bit.
Oh!
Yeah.
Brandy.
Otat. Not just brandy, I'm giving a little bit of otat. I love a little.
Some alcohol taste to it,
Yes.
correct? Yeah. So dishes a little bit on the drier side, correct?
Well, no, I can't say it that way. It depends on what we are cooking. But like for this, have a bowl of rice and
It's
this.
just nice, isn't it?
Or a bowl of chok.
Okay.
Teochew Muay style. So we are done with this.
Oh, pretty.
This is direct. I haven't really plated, but yeah. All right, so you've given me tomatoes.
Cherry tomatoes to be is that, yeah?
Oh my god. Cherry tomatoes. I want to keep the natural flavors of the
Sure.
tomatoes, and I think it's kind of nice to go with
The Yong Tau Fu collection, correct?
Yes, that's right. And obviously later with the quail egg as well, which we have boiled earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna brush it with just a teeny little bit of oil before I torch them. Why? I feel that it releases the flavor a little bit more. And it gives you a little bit of browning. It releases all the flavors as well. You can smell the tomatoes also now. Can you smell a little bit of the tomatoes, the browning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks so pretty, correct?
Yes.
Yes, mission accomplished.
Okay, so now deep frying. When do you know when it's ready?
Chopsticks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very old school,
yeah.
but it works. So, ready or not?
No.
No,
I did
okay.
see bubbling, correct?
Yes. So you should be really just keep bubbling throughout.
Yeah.
Right? I also like to use high heat. Whichever heat that you have, always raise it all the way up when
Okay.
you first put it in.
Okay.
And then after that, you can bring it down a little bit.
Okay.
So not yet. So let's wait a while more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's try again. Are we there? Are we there? Are we there? I think it's yeah, pretty good lah.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would go for it really.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with the sequence of ingredients that we have, now this has some bitterness, that's spicy, and this I always like to start with the tau hua.
Okay.
Okay. So let's do it, huh? Now obviously for those who are a bit afraid, you can use the tongs and put it in. Also can.
The oil splatter, right? You scared?
Yeah. Most times when it floats, it's about cooked.
Oh.
Yeah. But with tau hua, I like it a little bit more brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is crunchier, isn't it?
Pretty also.
Are you still going to continue taking part in cooking competition?
I guess if there's an opportunity. I mean, I'm still a home chef. I'm not done any commercial kitchen cooking yet. So maybe if there's an opportunity.
What was the outtake so far from taking part in those competitions?
Oh, I think first thing, training. Okay, firstly, training in terms of agility.
Okay.
It makes me really think quickly on the spot. Even before, like what are the things I need to prepare and ahead, and I make sure that everything is so. Training of agility and the consciousness of what you need to do. It really helped me for my last 1 month stint because we were really time strapped.
Okay.
We needed to get everything and precision also.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was like a training ground for your catering?
I didn't realize it was, but yes, it was. It was, yes. The last round when I won one of the competitions, I actually had to time myself.
Okay.
Because we only had that much time to work with. We had to work with that time. And then that really teaches you and to be calm while in the preparation stage. But then, you know, having said that, even things are right in front of you, you cannot see for some funny reason.
So it's so real, correct? You see on TV, it's exactly the same.
It's what it is.
Oh my.
You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised in that state of anxiousness.
Correct.
Your brain just freezes out. A lot of it, you have to be patient.
Yeah, this is pretty, right?
Oh, this is so pretty. See the nice brown crisps? Yeah. Okay, let's leave it here for a while. Okay, the next one we're gonna do with
Brinjal.
brinjal. Yeah, I like to fry similar items first.
Okay.
So sometimes you see things does happen.
Yeah.
What we do is we don't present that one and you eat it first. Oh, beautiful color.
I presume your mom is a great cook as well?
My mom is a really good cook. So I step into the kitchen to watch her, but I never cook until I left for the university.
You learn from her by just watching or
Just
no?
watching.
Ah.
Because she's such a good cook,
You don't
I don't have a
anything,
chance. So
Oh,
the only time that I cooked was really when I was in the university.
Oh.
Otherwise, I had no opportunity to cook. Okay, so now we can do the chilies. I'm gonna put it in.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I'm just going to add a little bit of topito, more so again for color.
Okay. Oh, now we are all done and ready for the food tasting. You look at Sophia's taste level, all the beautiful garnishing. This is what we call the Yong Tau Fu tea time platter. And one thing I noticed at home, that Sophia's home has a lot of treasures. You look at her crockery, her plates, her chopsticks, her tong, all in gold color. So maybe you want to tell us a little bit about your collection?
I love vintage china.
Okay.
Be it from Japan or from England or even different parts of Europe.
Okay.
Why? Because if you look at them, it's firstly so beautiful.
Okay.
Okay. A lot of work has gone into producing these,
Okay.
and a lot of pottery makers are actually no longer in existence.
Okay.
So if you actually go in to see some of the historical productions that have been done, every piece is hand painted. It's
a lot of detailing, right?
There's so much detailing. So I really appreciate all these the artisans that goes behind it and the stories, and it's pretty. Because for me, it's always we feast with our eyes first. So just looking at the crockery is so beautiful. When I was about 18, I guess a lot of people would be go and buy your shoes or your bags and stuff, but I buy teacups. So
for your information, how crazy she is about her crockery, she has storeroom or storage area. There's such a large collection, correct? But it's so cool, correct? That shows that it's Sophia, correct? that side of Sophia that most of you haven't seen. Okay, so are we ready to taste your good food?
Yes.
Okay, come.
So we prepared this earlier.
Okay.
This was the challenge.
Okay.
And this most of the time you don't eat it, maybe totally piping hot.
Okay.
But you need an element. So I like to sort of pair it with a little carbohydrate dish.
Okay.
So this is a hwasa noodle done really lightly with actually 3 different oils in there. Sesame oil, pork oil, as well as garlic oil, and fried onion oil. So 4 oils.
Okay.
And then just enjoy it.
Okay, sure. Your tauki as well?
Yeah, I just did a little bit of tauki. And you like bitter gourd?
Oh, yes.
Actually, right now, I did initially a soft launch of my clay sapo fan, and was very, very, very well received.
Oh, good.
So I do it on a weekend basis, just 2 pots, good for 12 to 15 people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Try
Let's
and
eat.
see.
Yeah, let's eat.
Yeah.
The noodles has very fragrant taste to it.
4 different oils that I just used, very light, little bit of oil, and it balances with the saltiness.
With all the crockery, it makes very atas Yong Tau Fu. It's like, okay, I better eat slow, because it's so beautiful, the crockery. It's like, oh my god.
Don't you enjoy it a bit more?
Yeah.
So can you taste the saltfish and all that goes in it?
Yeah, correct.
See what I mean when you don't mince it? You can see the shrimps
The texture is,
and the bite. Yeah.
Like I said just now, I enjoy the process of preparing and cooking the food with Sophia because she used all those pork lard and blah blah blah. So it's like, wow, like grandmother is cooking that food again. It feels so natural.
Of course, if you like spice, if I had some chili on the side, I would add a little bit in here. It will bring up a notch even more.
Cool.
I hope this was what you were expecting.
I actually enjoy more than that because I think it's an experience. Today, coming to Sophia's home, you see her home, you see the other side of Sophia, you don't just see that she's a catering person or she's just a cook, but she has more depth to it. And it's a great experience. Yeah, and then knowing that she uses a lot of those natural ingredients from pork lard and all that, show that she loves to remember things. She loves keeping memories, and I think she really loves family bonding, friends bonding. So this is really the side that you don't see on the IG. Where you see her IG post all good food only, food, but we don't see the personal side of her. So today I think we really showcase her personal side. And we feel that it's a wonderful experience.
Oh, so sweet.
You made it so atas. Okay? So I think we want to continue enjoying the food, but we have to say goodbye to our fans.
Okay.
So let's
until the next one, maybe.
Yeah. So next time you want to see more video with Sophia, do let us know. But thank you very much for having a great time, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So see you soon, and remember to like all our social media platform and give us more comments.
Yes.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.